save about 1,000 plus.
To work out cheaper for me.
3,000, 4,000.
215, even more.
It's for 200 plus. 400 bucks of savings.
Okay, I am behind the wheels of the S60 T8 once again. The last round I had the car for a few days, but this round is over Christmas and New Year. Thank you so much Volvo Cars Malaysia for asking me if I need a car to spend the New Year. Thank you for that. And you know, I once told myself this thing, and I think I mentioned this in the video, that judging across all the premium brands now, as in Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, I'll put Porsche aside, that is in the aspirational category. I mean everyday use luxury cars, premium cars, which includes Jaguar, it includes Genesis, includes Lexus and all that, right? Still, the brand that I see myself will definitely go into again in the future is actually Volvo, right? I've owned two Volvos, but both are the same model. Because of product updates, I decided to buy it again for the larger fuel tank and all that. So my experience has been exceptional. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm also very, very happy with the direction that they are taking the brand to, because of the way they design their interior, the way they set up their handling, the way they set up the behavior of the car, their engine strategy, their infotainment system, their build quality, the way their cars handle. I just like every single thing that they're doing now, because I think they're doing it right. So another topic that I want to discuss here is the difference between us saying that car drives really well, or I love driving that car, versus this car's handling is very good, I love the handling of that car. Okay, let me explain this. Of course, some viewers have actually asked me, Bobby, what do you mean? You said that you like how the car drives, or you love driving the car, but then you say this one's handling is better. What do you mean? You see, you have to learn how to differentiate this thing. Okay, 99.9% of the time throughout our 5 or 7 year ownership of our cars, we are driving like that, in these kind of traffic, in this kind of speed, in these kind of environments. Okay, making a U-turn, for example, right? And after making the U-turn, letting go of our palms and let the steering wheel just rewind it back itself, that is all from how the car is being calibrated, right? Or driving like that in a straight line, be it at 50 km/h or 200 km/h, right? How the car reacts. All these things, right, has nothing to do with how the car handles at Genting Highland, or whether the car is tuned for a Sepang track day. You get what I mean? This is daily driving. Weekend mountain road handling is two different things. If I bring this car and I bring the 3 Series to Genting Highlands to do a mountain run, my conclusion will definitely be, oh, the 3 Series handles better. But that doesn't mean in daily drives like that, undulation here, right? Let go of my throttle there, put back my feet there. All these things has nothing to do with that mountain run. And in this kind of situation, I would say this car drives amongst the best in this segment, maybe alongside the Audi A4, right? For this price point.
Really too much for me.
Okay, let's take a look at the S60 T8 interior, and I think it's beautiful. First of all, let me switch off the charging mode. Okay, now the car is on full electric mode, and you can tell it's, I mean, at least for me, it's very quiet now. Alright, but the car is still operational. Now, the S60 is the little brother of the S90, right? But it's still sitting on the Spa platform, right? The wonderful Spa platform. Now, for those of you who hasn't watched my previous videos about Volvo interiors, I'll just review it. I'll just talk about it like you're watching it for the first time, like I'm talking it the first time to you. Okay? Now, the whole architecture of Volvo's interior design language, especially this part, comes from the understanding that they realize that new infotainment screens has to be in portrait mode as opposed to landscape, okay? Because of this thing over here, right? And especially the fact that it supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, the realization that using a map on the screen in portrait format allows you to see more, right? And use it better. You look at some of the other cars that says that they have now a 12-inch, 13-inch, 14-inch, but it's only the inch, it's not the aspect ratio, which is misleading, because some cars, even though on brochure you read it has a very large screen, the entire screen is like that, which renders it almost useless when it is this wide. And you see how they use it. They have one part being used for the sat-nav or something, and then another part used for something else, because they just do not know what to do with it, but they understand that they need to prepare a very large screen in order to attract people to buy it. And some car makers like Tesla, they just put an entire TV over here, which is just hilarious, and some will stick something up. But all these things, you just think about Volvo's approach, right? A car with a dashboard that has a high object sticking up would actually block your view from a driver's perspective, right? And then that would be unsafe in a way, all right? And a screen that is so long apart, right, actually doesn't serve any purpose, because the aspect ratio is crazy. If your aspect ratio is like that, then the screen will be very huge. But if your aspect ratio is like the angle, if the angle is like that, the diagonal angle is like that, I mean, a 13-15 inch doesn't matter, because it's already a long screen instead of a usable one, right? So this is the perfect size. I think it's not too big, right? It's perfectly usable, and it's in portrait mode, and that allows the air conditioning vents to be placed next to it. You will notice that Infiniti actually also come to the same conclusion. That's why they put the aircon vents as a vertical vent on the sides, because if this is so big, then the aircon vents would have to be either on top or below, because you need to blow air across the center opening in between the two seats, right? So from that understanding, yes, portrait, and then they see what they do with it. And portrait is actually very similar to our mobile phones, right? Which we are all trained in order to know how to use it, because we will try to swipe it like that. But no, only these 4 panels are static for their infotainment system, okay? And it looks so dry, you see? It's all buttons, but it's straightforward. No fancy graphics. The fanciest graphics is this one here, only when it's needed, all right? Yeah, so that's the layout of that, and that's the layout of the, sorry for the interior, okay? And this beautiful dashboard is wrapped in leather with real stitching, okay? And then down here you have leather again. Actually, it's very premium when you consider this. I mean, the whole dashboard is leather wrap, okay? And here the aircon vents, these beautiful vents, look at that. All right, early this year we had the Volvo Aurizn Design Challenge, and the participants actually get to listen to Jonathan Disley, who is who is a senior vice president of design in Volvo China, and Jonathan Disley is the person who owns the patent for this aircon vent mechanism and design. Right, it looks like a turbine blade, right, and it's beautiful in its execution and its operation. So you just turn left and right for the air, and then up and down, and then you turn this knob for opening and closing. It's just simple and elegant and just beautiful. And behind these plastic blades, there's a metal that runs behind it, because to have the plastic blade this long, it will be somewhat flimsy, right? And here you have this that runs across, right, this metal inlay that runs across here, and it's just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The way this is designed and finished, you know, you can feel the texture over there. I love this a lot. And this one, you'll be wondering why this thing over here actually casts a shadow down here. You see, notice the shadow, right? So this design actually mimics a Swedish. It's not mimics a Swedish something. You know, in the areas where they snow, especially now winter, right, Christmas and all that, when the roofs of their houses in Scandinavia, when they accumulate snow, there will be snow that covers over the roof, and it casts a shadow down to the house. So this is more like a Scandinavian environment, and a design that was inspired by a Scandinavian environment, and it's really nice for them to bring it into their cars, right? Lovely. And then over here, that it will be the door panel. This car is fitted with, I mean, standard spec in Malaysia, high spec, full spec, Harman Kardon premium sound system is over here, and this metal cover for the speakers are nicely polished. These are laser cut and polished. The finishing is nice, unlike the pre-facelift W205 Burmester covers that are sharp to the touch. You know, those are not finished properly and are sharp, and I just find it disappointing that Mercedes-Benz just let it be. Okay, this is nice. Alright, armrest, I think it would have been slightly better if the armrest actually have the handle that comes up here, so that, especially you have this speaker grill design, if this part is somewhat integrated with an armrest, that would be perfect. But nevertheless, this is good enough as well, and the materials are really nice. You have textile over here, fabric, which is a type of very durable fabric, and then here is leather wrap as well. And here you have a satin chrome door handle, nice, big, beautiful, reflective. All right, soft touch material up here, soft touch material here. Overall, the fit and finish and the quality of materials are top notch. All right, really nice. Steering wheel as well. These are some really nice steering wheels to hold. Remember I mentioned that the person who is in charge of Volvo's handling dynamics now used to be a Porsche Carrera Cup champion, and that's why I guess the girth of the steering wheel of Volvo's is actually very similar to that, to Porsche's, right? When I hold it, the girth is actually very similar, even the size of the wheel, because I just drove the Porsche Boxster Spider belonging to my colleague Thomas Yap, and yeah, I mean, by right, when you want to go into a segment, you should learn from the segment leader, right? Like a 3 Series, they have really thick steering wheel rims, but girth, but then Volvo insisted on this size, right? These buttons are very easy to operate. This one, press this middle button to go into adaptive cruise control, and then this one to control the distance between you and the car in front. You see, increase the distance, 3 lines, 2 lines, decrease the distance, and then the speed, plus, minus, that's it. All right, this one is to control this center screen here. Very straightforward, very straightforward. The paddle shifters are metal with a beautiful, nice rubber housing at the back, so it feels really good. It feels really good. All right, the paddle shifters. I hope Volvo has these paddle shifters in all their cars, from the S60, XC40, you know, all the way S90 to XC90 and all that. Shouldn't take it out. So over here, the center console, you have this beautiful knob. Look at that. The knurled pattern is just really nice and smooth to operate. Just love it. Just love touching it. And then here we have the gear lever that is just beautiful. See, Volvo, when they did the T8 for the XC90 and the S90, the T8 variant gets a crystal gear knob, right? And that's a very premium thing, a crystal gear knob from aurizn, right? And for S60, they decided that even if it's a T8, you won't get the aurizn crystal gear knob. So, but unlike BMW, when you didn't have the crystal gear knob, what they put in place was a rather cheap looking gloss black plastic that isn't really that glossy either, right? But Volvo did not. Volvo give you a beautiful metallic setting chrome finished lever with leather wrap all across, and it's so nice to look at, so nice to touch. It's even nicer to touch than the crystal gear knob, to be honest. All right, here is the start stop button. Again, the mirrored finish knurled pattern is over here. It's a theme across the car, and it's just beautiful, right? It adds so much class to the car. In fact, the whole thing over here is just like a piece of artwork. It's just beautiful. Okay, here underneath this you have two cup holders, and yes, this one allows you to put your phone like that. All right, and I just love this. I don't need any phone holders when I'm in a Volvo. All I need to do is just to pull away this one and then place my phone here, and it's also in the correct orientation if I need to read anything. Okay, and I use this to hold it there, so that's just brilliant. All right, here you have another phone holder, but the size is actually rather limited to I think they didn't think that modern phones can get so wide, you know, and then add to the fact that put another casing is going to be super duper wide. So without the casing, my phone will be able to stand here freely. Okay, and this car, because Volvo puts the battery underneath the center tunnel, because that's the safest place to put the battery, you don't get a lot of storage space here. You can put a wallet, you know, some simple stuffs like that, and that's about it. You don't get like a full storage bin where most of the time people just hog it full of stuff that they don't take out. Here you get two USB ports and a 12-volt socket. Right here you have a very large glove box, covered in felt, high quality stuff. That's a huge one. And then over here you have the premium ones where the light is in there. You close this, you off everything. The BMW ones has the light over here. That's a very old school way of doing it. It's nice, high quality as well. It would be nice if they have a card holder over here. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's the front portion of the cabin, and this car is equipped with a full panoramic roof, not just a sunroof, right? Sunroof is just this part, but when you have the back as well, I think we qualify to call it a panoramic roof. And these seats, these beautiful R design seats, are just fantastic, right? You get really soft leather inside here. Okay, the one thing that I love about these seats, not just how great they look, but how comfortable they are. They are just absolutely comfortable. The best seats in its segment, I would say. I mean, it's some of the best seats. I mean, the way you look at it, you know it's comfortable, right? Here is fabric, all right? Especially the side bolster part. Why? Because when you're doing exciting driving, fabric will give you more friction than leather. Leather gives you comfort, breathability and all that, but fabric on the sides actually is really good because it grips you in your seat when you're doing something you know, doing exciting driving. And the best thing I like about Volvos is that the driver is able to operate the seats of the passenger momentarily, right? Look at that. But it's only limited to moving the seats up, front and back, or this one. Okay, the other things like the cushion extension and all that, it doesn't function under this mode from the driver's side. That one you need to use the passenger side to operate. Okay, yeah. So let's go to the back seats and see how it is. Okay. Yeah, lovely. That's about right. So the back seats are very, very spacious as well. And you get the armrest, not just a cushion with two holes, you know, proper mechanisms, proper quality, right? You can put your cups over here, push it back in. There's a tray here to put your stuff, and then there's another storage here. See, Volvo. Hey, this thing, when you compare this to those that just come down with one cushion and two holes, right? Can you imagine how much this will cost? Volvo, this is a lot more expensive because when you premium car, you cannot be giving people like Passat armrest, right? Just a cushion and nothing else, you know. And this one, you can put your drinks while still rest your arm. Those with two holes here, especially in the middle, I mean, this is nice. You should be able to rest your arms and have your drinks at the same time. Then you'll be looking at this and go like, what? This is a premium car. Where are there no aircon vents here? First of all, answer me. Are aircon vents over here practical? Of course, this one is a raised console. So if there are aircon vents here, in Volvo's other models with aircon vents here, the aircon vents actually faces upwards, which makes sense. But a lot of cars, they are actually facing here, and all the air blows out to this cushion. So what's the best place to put aircon vents? By spending a lot more money than just routing the air over here, by going down there, underneath, coming up through this wide B pillar, up here. This is the only car in this segment with aircon vents at the correct place. At the B pillar facing the rear passenger on the right side here, and then on the B pillar facing this passenger, and then if there are passengers in the middle, they get the air from there. This is logic. Why aren't all car makers doing that, right? And of course, Volvo's B pillars are huge and wide and thick and super duper strengthened. All right, so sitting at the back here, I get about 2 fingers of headroom. Despite that this one has the mechanism of a panoramic roof on top, I get about a fist of legroom, helped by the indentation of the seat back over here. This is a netting that lets you put your stuff. Okay. The good thing with netting versus a leather one is that you get to see what's inside, right? It's not like you're gonna stuff some little stuffs in there and you won't be able to see it. And this is proper quality stuff compared to other nets, right? This one is a lot more, feels a lot more substantial. All right, and look at the carpets. What did they do? There's like a piping that runs across that. Who designs their carpets apart from Rolls-Royce and all that? And this is such a nice touch, right? There are stitching lines on the carpet and also a white piping line that runs across. Just beautiful. So this car is actually really well designed, you know. It's just really nice. The Isofix hooks on top here, it's covered by a cover, and these are smaller headrests that still helps you to prevent whiplash, but also not take up too much of a space to reduce the visibility of the driver. Okay, these are adjustable, really nice. You get a hook over here, get some vanity lighting over here, spring loaded, proper. Yeah, Very comfortable car, and as a rear passenger, visibility is really good, right? It's nice. Get up here. The opening of the door is also wide enough for ingress and egress. I don't hit anything as I go in and out. And that's the design of the car. Let's look at the boot. Alright, spring loaded, loads up like that. These are the charging cables. Very big boot inside here. Nothing much going on. That floor. Oops. Something just went in. What was that? Oh, this one is for us to hook it up here. Very thoughtful. And then that's the flat tire kit, right? Tire repair kits are all over there, and then this hook here. Alright, put it back here. Put it back there. Lovely. Alright, that's the boot. This is the triangle when you have an emergency. Yep, that's the boot of the car. Okay, and this car is beautiful. Look at the design. Look at it. This is T8R design, twin engine, all-wheel drive. If you buy the Polestar tuning, you get another badge stuck over here. Yes, Polestar. That will push the top figures and horsepower, all that up. And have a look at the beautiful design, right? Twin tailpipes at the back. These are enclosures with the real pipes in there. Get a diffuser here. The body kit looks nice, sporty. The 19-inch wheels at the back, 235 40, and it's premium contact. These are premium tires and quality. Then come and have a look at the entire car. Oh, there's so many cars in it. Yeah, so that's the design of the car. Have a look at it. Beautiful, right? The daytime running lights, the front bumpers, sporty design, and this color is beautiful. Alright, so you get premium contact wheels, you get 19-inch, and still a beautiful car. And the fact that you can actually just drive off like that. See? Complete silence. That's the benefit of plug-in hybrids.